Hello? Yes, I listen. I really honored and glad to be here with you and hope during the day of today and tomorrow we can talk about digitalization of the higher education and the universities. And please feel free to ask me as you can, okay? Thank you so much.
Professor, siz demak tarjimani kutmasdan to'g'ridan-to'g'ri gapirib ketishingiz mumkin. Tarjimamiz bizda sinxron ravishda amalga oshiriladi.
Okay. Okay. First of all, my name is Pedro Juarez. I am professor. And my subjects at the University of Barcelona mainly are creativity, innovation, and digital mindset. And during my specialization mainly is to create teams and develop projects about innovation and digital mindset. And one of the main important things that I need to share with you during these few first minutes is about the importance that people are committed and involved in this type of projects. The most important thing is not only technology. For us, from our point of view, the University of Barcelona, the most important part is how people interpret, assume the importance of the change of mindset in digitalization. If we have not these points well addressed, we have not any project to change our universities. This is my, and the most important thing is not only about the structures of the university, is about the importance of this, is about the importance of the people, professors and pupils that at the end need to support these processes, okay? This is my first point of view. I don't know if we need to share more things now, but at the end, this is my first focus that I am going to proceed during the days of today and mainly tomorrow. Thank you. I don't know if my velocity, my speed is correct to the translators, if it is okay. This rhythm.
Muhtaram professor, hammasi joyida, shu tempda davom ettirishingiz mumkin.
Okay.
Manimcha u kishi tarjimani eshitmadi, chunki bizga eshitildi, siz tarjimangiz. Kanalni o'zgartirishingiz kerak, chunki ularda ular ingliz tilidagi kanalda, siz rus tilidagi kanaldasiz.
I don't know if I cannot listen nothing in English. Yes. Sorry, can you repeat that, please? Okay. I don't know if I have a agenda. I don't know if the agenda. Or I can proceed directly with my first part of the presentation. Is that? I can proceed with that.
Albatta, hammaga yuborilgan kun tartibi hozir yana bir bor yuboraman. Demak, bemalol kun tartibi bo'yicha davom ettiraversinlar.
Okay, because I have my first presentation at 10 in the morning. Is okay?
Bemalol.
Okay. Okay. I am going to share my agenda. Okay. And this one. Okay. Can you see my screen now? Is okay? Is okay? Can you see my screen?
Yes, we're see white.
Okay, I'm going to proceed with this part, okay? Digitalization of university, okay? And in order to do that, I'm going to share with you my screen. Please confirm that you already see my screen, is okay?
Oppoq ekran bo'lib turibdi.
Is okay? Okay. Okay. I'm going to review the connection.
White background.
Okay. And now it's okay?
That's okay.
That's okay. Thank you so much. Let's proceed with the first part of my presentation. And the concept that I'm going to explain to you is mainly supported by our experience in this type of projects at the University of Barcelona that we developed in the last 2 years. And the main pillar, as I explained before, is about the importance of people. People with a strong leadership from the top ones at the university in order to create a clear atmosphere of change. This is the main point that is important to reflect before I start. Okay. First of all, independently of the technologies or the processes that we have, that we met in every single era at the university, please don't forget, okay, don't forget the focus of our work. In this case, in our type of projects about digital mindset, innovation mindset, we regard always this focus that you can see here. This is Tsunatsuburo Makiguchi. And Makiguchi said that the most important thing is to create, okay, the willingness of our people, of our students, about discovery and invention. Our mission as universities is to prepare the future citizens. Okay, this is very, very important. Independently, okay, independently of the technologies, the methods, the processes, etc., etc., etc. Okay, what happens in our structures and in our higher education organizations? Mainly, okay, we work in the low part of this pyramid. We work efficiently, okay, preparing, obedient people, diligent people, intellectually well prepared, okay, but regard the top of the pyramid. In this moment, in the 21st century, okay, we need to prepare people, okay, in order to empower their initiative, empower the creativity and the passion of the work, okay? This is the main points that we need to reflect in this process of transformation. And obviously, digital transformation need to help us to move from the bottom of the pyramid to the top of the pyramid. I am going to address you, okay, different publications you have in this presentation that is available to all of you. Okay, you have different links, for example, that I'm going to use to reflect, okay, the digital, okay, at the universities. In this case, you have, okay, this document in these publications is about digital competence into action. It's very, very interesting and important to reflect that. And the element, the unit at the European Union that developed this type of report is the Joint Research Center. Okay, one of the main points are in Spain, in Seville, and the idea is to create the basis, the norms, the recommendations to move the digital transformation in higher education. And one of the main points is people, students, and obviously professors, the human capital and employment. Okay, sorry. I'm going to change, this is the first part. I'm going to change to the second part. Okay. Here. I'm going to change to the continuity. Okay. As I said before, I use examples, real examples about how to prepare professors, okay, in this case, to involve them, commit them in these digitalization processes. In this case, you can see this 3 days workshop about the digital university was named Be Digital, and the idea is to collect observations, point of view, desires of our professors in order to create, okay, the main points to how to start in different digitalization projects. You have that one, and we use a lot of tools. One of them is Lego bricks, Lego serious play, in order to express different point of views using the hands. Okay, this project, okay, the digital university, the focus, 3 main points that are important for us to understand how to move people to this type of future. First of one is understanding why digital transformation is unavoidable in higher education. Okay, we cannot go back. We need to go forward. Second one, and this is the reason that people are playing with us, committed, expressing, and explaining their point of view. Introduce realistic solutions and produce advice on what you can do next. And the method that we use and is highly recommended under my point of view to you is use, for example, the theory of you, using the concept of presencing. The concept of presencing is the following one. Presencing is to use observations and quickly start to prepare quick wins. Quick wins means killer projects, projects that show to the organization that we are moving something there, okay? This is very, very interesting, this focus, the focus of presencing, because the main point that we need to reflect is the important to start quickly, to do something with several expectations of success, obviously. Okay. Points that we need to reflect, okay? We need to readapt our organizations to be adaptable and flexible. As Charles Darwin said, okay, the most important thing is to be responsible. Okay, it is not the strongest of the species that survive, not the most intelligent, but the most responsive. In our case, our university was built in the 15th century, in 1452, okay? And the adaptation was constantly in order to remain safe during 6 centuries, okay? See that. Young people, okay, in a concert in 2005, okay? See that, please? A concert in 2015. The difference is obvious. See that? 2005, and see that 2015. What happens in 2020? We are in a liquid world. We are in a world that is moving fasting, okay? And all is changing with technology. And in this case, the last one was the pandemic with the COVID-19 that provoked this type of situations in our universities. The use of technology, okay, will increase, okay? We are in front of the new generations, okay? In this moment, young people spend in our countries 15 hours of average in digital media, but remember that the new generations will increase this percentage, okay? Another point, interesting point, okay, about the observation, remember the theory the observation of the situation is that, okay, the importance of, at the end, okay, people are comfortable with this type of interactions with the other in a second world, in a virtual, okay, situations world, but at the end, okay, this is established these new connections with the world. In the different ways, okay, we interact, okay, not only with email, social media, mobile, phones, okay, web, in order to do our, okay, buy and sales. This is established that at the end technology out of our organizations, out of our universities are with a great presence. At the end, we need to readapt our schemes to this reality, okay? And this reality, okay, demand us new rules, okay? New rules to do the focus of our mission, okay? At the end is to boost people, okay, to creativity, to innovation, to do, okay, something spectacular in their life, in his society. Is very, very important. This digital disruption is real. You can see in this report, in this documentation that I gave you, different sources. One of the most important sources that we can use is Gartner, and Gartner show this situation, okay? This situation is a situation that at the end, people in different areas of our society apply, and you can see the importance, okay, these new elements, these new companies, okay, that appear in new situations. And the university is one that need to, okay, change the way to do things, because people, okay, jump strongly to do that. My recommendation, when we prepare this digital transformation, okay, first focus in the student, later focus in the structures, and later focus on prepare people, our academic people, okay, in order to sustain this focus, sustain this change. You can see, okay, this, okay, scenario. This scenario, okay, mainly need to reflect the importance of the how to show to our students, okay, our product, our service at class, and the experience. Okay, these new generations are expecting new experiences in education in order to prepare them about how to do new ones in order to sustain this new type of products and services, okay? Satisfaction of the people is key, and we need to rethink what to do, okay? Using, in this case, technologies. Challenges for universities today. Let's that. One is, I explained before, the expectations, okay? The expectations you can read in the left side of the screen, okay? The expectations, strong expectations is 24-hour access to the university, okay? And more active exchange, okay, with professors, with units, okay, in order to become agile in order to apply the knowledge and apply this knowledge in an entrepreneurial way, okay? This expectation is very, very important, and we need to use technology to, okay, prepare this type of channels. Second one, internationalization, okay? In this case, we are here, you in Tashkent and me at Barcelona, and this type of interactions are more attractive for students, okay? This empowers the importance of sharing the knowledge, and one of the second element in internationalization is the mobility of students, obviously, with Erasmus and so on. The third one, growing competition, okay? The use of technology, okay, create not an insane, I think it's a sane competition in order to create, okay, a new atmosphere of learning. Tomorrow, we are going to discuss these points, okay, about the scorings and the criteria to identify the best ones, okay, about contributions in higher education. But I think it's very, very really interesting, this point. And the last one is changes in fundings, okay, in order to mainly improve the way that we do the different, okay, commodities that sustain our organizations. In this case, okay, the interactions about the different supportive elements that, okay, help us to do our activities, to do our missions, are really, really interesting. Remember Darwin, okay? And in order to start to understand this frame that we observe, okay, let me show you a second element that is interesting, and I use the source of Gardner to show you what means digitalization at the university, okay? Is the 4 nexus, okay? We are going to identify different elements that are interesting to reflect what we do, as I show you in the previous slide. Let me show you the previous slide. Is that, remember, expectations, internalization, growing, and competition between different universities, structures, and the supportive elements, okay? And in order to overcome the challenges, we have these ones: cloud, mobile, social, and big data. Okay, let's see, okay? What can help us, these 4 elements, these 4 forces to us? Cloud, mainly flexibility, okay? Social media, identify influencers, competitors, the connections, okay, are very, very important. And we have a lot of elements in mobile that can help us to social. In this case, you have tablets, iOS, Android, etc., etc. And obviously, we have the real, okay, is big data, in order to identify elements that are important to create, okay, mainly data decisions, okay, supported, okay, inferring and detecting opportunities, studying the data. It's very, very important to driving performance. This is one of the most interesting information that I can give you during the presentation of today, is about these different life cycles, okay? All the life cycles, mainly, remember, my pillar is students and their engagement, and all start in enrollment. Enrollment, you can see, is the basis of 3 cycles, okay? And this type of cycles, we need to, okay, understand different ways that the students interact with the university. You can review later. You have the code of colors about the typology of engagement. You can see here the different elements and the way that using this type, okay, of elements, they interact in our organizations, not only with us, they interact between them, and they interact also with different organizations that at the end collaborate with our institutions. For example, a scientific how do you say? A scientific cities, startups, and etc. etc. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, if we need to change the way that we do our products and services to our students with technology, we need to, okay, prepare our projects using, for example, this wheel about student experiences, okay? We need to prepare our digitalization in order to cover 7 different aspects. We can review that. The first, for example, is the budget, the financial part, how to help people to connect and pay the different services that we can show and offer to the students. Okay, this is one. Another one is the requirement. Okay, another one is the formal and informal learning. Okay, spaces that we need to arrange. The career. Okay, not only develop the degree, develop the activities, develop the subjects, and post-graduation, what happens when they leave our organizations, for example, alumni groups, alumni activities, etc., and the credentials and the plan of career. This is very, very important to focus what you are going to cover with digitalization. Okay? To deliver great student experience, you need to build a student-centric organization. This is a lack that most of our universities, and my university is one of that, we always to keep in mind and fight to be better, okay, to become better in order to this mission, okay, increase, okay, this type of expectation. Following with the information provided by Gartner, okay, you can see these 10 blocks, these 10 habits that we, as organization, we need to prepare, okay? First of all, listen, observe what happened in our campus, okay? Secondly, the follow-up. People need to be followed, okay, to be controlled, to be to create a sane atmosphere to identify the lacks, the needs, and do this feedback proactively. Okay. One interesting point is motivate employees of the university. Is the administrative people and professors, okay, to stay engaged in this type of focus, okay, because we need to demonstrate a clear vocational mission and service to them, okay, and mainly we are in a world of constantly adaptation. Remember Darwin, okay? Adapting to student demands and circumstances. Okay. When we prepare our projects in digitalization, okay, we need to identify quickly the main problem that we need to cover, okay? We have different points to deploy. Please create a common point of view between yours and create, okay, this focus, this purpose, prepare a backlog of projects that at the end we need to solve quickly different circumstances, okay? In our case, for example, was how to create a first networks about how to identify the different offers that the University of Barcelona bring to our society, to identify a quick response about the demand of information, and how to generate quickly a process of recruitment that was clear and transparent. Okay, this is one of the main projects in the beginning. The context is different. Okay, we are in this context. The context of the 21st century is full, okay, of this technology, is full about these new habits from part of our students, and this is really interesting to identify what can use in this context to start our digital transformation. Remember that at the end, as I showed you before, Makiguchi, in this case, we need to adapt this message, okay, to these new real circumstances. The context is different, but our mission is the same. Okay? Okay. This is the first point that we develop, okay, the student, okay, and how to contact with our university, okay. We show them what they may do with us, okay, and the most important thing is the quick response, okay, in order to create this first engagement, okay. How we identify that? Remember the position. The position is to show to our society, the Society of Catalonia, Society of Spain, the Society of the South of Europe, that we are an institution with 5 centuries and more of experience from our establishment, and the new ones is to promote the image of the top of the pyramid, okay, and show this message, okay, in our first contacts with the students. Okay, see that? I'm going to share with you this video. It's about, at the end, it's our responsibility to prepare people to this new society, okay? This is an example. I am going to copy that. I am going to share with you. I am going to share with you my screen. And please, can you confirm that you can see my YouTube screen? You cannot see. Okay. And I'm going to repeat. Okay.
Yeah, we see.
And now it's okay? Okay, you can see that?
Yeah,
Please,
yeah.
yes, thank you. Thank you for the confirmation. Okay, this is a single is a simple example about the importance to prepare our organizations to digital skills in higher education, because at the end, when people leave from our organizations, they need to be prepared, and this is a important subsidiary element in order to keep in mind when we digitalize our universities, we prepare people, for the real life, I'm going to share from the obviously is a example from Microsoft. Is not in this world, is not only Microsoft, but remember the importance of how we as university, when we prepare our digitalization, we prepare people to the real life, because when we play in our play field in our university with this type of technologies, they will be prepared, to be better professionals in the real life. This is one of the secondary points that I'm going to discuss mainly later in my second intervention, I'm going to follow with my talk. We are here. Fantastic. First, we observe the situation. We observe the change of the society. We prepare the student-centric in our organizations. We need to identify technologies that prepare us to, be very properly, very near to our pupils, and we need to prepare our projects. And the projects, when we need to identify this type of killer projects, please remember that it's better, not to fight with the existing reality. It's better when we digitalize and when we create innovation projects to try to change the situations, building new models. This is a winning formula. When you prepare your digitalization projects, think about new ones that change the play field. This is one of our recommendations. In order to identify one of our projects, please have a look to this element. This element was important to us. Is about retention of the student. Is not only the recruitment, and the points at the end that we need to prepare in order to recruit better, show our abilities, our capabilities in this new society from the University of Barcelona was that, is identify the student, take data, visualize this information and intervene with, in this case, with web applications, and in cloud mainly, and in social, in order to create a new quality environment to interact with new students, okay? This is one of the main focus that we did during the last 3 years. How to do that? We have a powerful tool when we use, for example, design thinking. During this workshop that I showed you before at the beginning of my intervention about the theory U, okay, with the presencing formula, we use this part in order to analyze, okay, the student journey. The student journey when they identify the different offers, the different possibilities of the market, okay, the different proposals from the different universities, and select the University of Barcelona, okay, and select and start to identify, okay, what we as university can bring to them, okay. Analyzing, okay, a customer journey, a student journey about the wants and needs about their situation is extremely important, because at the end we identify different insights that we can prepare something in our projects to be digital with them. Okay. This is one of the interesting points, okay, when you start, okay, in digital transformation, start project by project, start in a sense of play and learn, okay, in order to identify pros and cons of your organization, of your university, in order to create something new in digital, okay? This is a strategy, okay, of lean management in projects, okay, and try to, for example, identify, okay, different technologies, different possibilities in order to create user engagement, okay? This is an example. But because at the end, when we prepare digital projects, okay, we play with the talent of the people, not only students, also with our academic staff and with our administrative people. When we prepare a project, when we prepare a digital project, a change project in our organizations, we need to prepare people to be comfortable with the change. We need to show to them contents, knowledge, okay? We need to prepare a clear atmosphere and positive psychology environment to practice the new ones, okay? And practice new skills and new attitudes, okay, in front of the digitalization, okay? Is very, very important. This is the first part, okay, of my intervention. And in order to resume, my focus is, one, remember the importance of people, students, academic people, and administrative people in this type of transformation. The digital is, in this moment nowadays, important in our society, and we need to readapt our structures in order to create a new one situations, mainly for our students, secondary for our administrative people, and later our professors, our academic staff, okay? And the other to do that is to involve people in processes and projects that is important, okay? The student centricity, okay? Thanks for your patience, thanks for your attention, and I am open to discuss with you, okay, questions and answers that surely you have to ask me. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. It was very nice presentation. I think the participants have a lot of questions.
I sure.
First, I would like to ask a question about digitalization skills and skills of, let's say, teachers and students at their university. How were you ready to the pandemic situation? Before? Or if not, what approach did you apply to overcome the problem? And did you switch easily to the online education? I mean, using the digitalization tools, and how, what was the attitude of teaching staff and students? Could you please tell us with details how was it, and maybe some parts can be usable for our local universities as well?
Okay, it's obvious that the pandemic situations, okay, crash the system, okay, was a tremendous proof for all our academic situations and for the people mainly. And remember the slide that they show our classroom, okay, empty, and all the people at home, okay. And I can assure you, okay, I can assure you that the most important thing that we need to fight in the pandemic situation was not with the students, was with the professors, because professors are not prepared to do classes in digital. The pupils, okay, with this type of technologies, okay, are very, very prepared. They live the digital in his lives. But at the end, the process of accommodation to the new situation was more difficult for professors than students. First point. Second one, the attitude. The attitude of the students in this new situation was, we need to solve and we need to help to the institution to be comfortable, the most comfortable possible, in order to recreate the process of learning in online. And students help us with the schedules, help us with the process, help us with the inexperience of the professors in order to do digital classes, okay? We're very, very patient, and we're very, very, okay, empathic with the situation. And quickly, in 3 months, students and professors start to develop online processes, okay, that at the end was not the best solution, but was a solution to do not stop the academic year. What that was efficient? No. Was a nice solution? No. But at the end, people were committed in this new type of situations, okay? About technologies, we use the most common technologies that pupils identify. WhatsApp, Dropbox, Zoom, and similars, okay? And one of the most interesting things that I can talk with you during the session of today is about, you know, Mural, you know, Miro, you know, this type of platforms that help us in a collaborative spaces. This is very, very important. These collaborative spaces help us to, in my case, help us to develop online sessions in order to discuss projects. Those very, very interesting. Okay, that's the situation, and I think was a nice experience because at the end we reinforce our community in this difficult situation. Is that?
Katta rahmat. Hurmatli ishtirokchilarimiz, agar sizlarda ham savol bo'ladigan bo'lsa, bemalol mikrofoninglarni yoqib savol berishinglar mumkin yoki chat orqali yozishinglar mumkin. Marhamat. Xo'sh, demak, shu savolni davomi sifatida yana juda ham qiziq bo'lgan qismi, aynan shaxsan men uchun yoki boshqa oliy ta'lim muassasalari uchun qiziq bo'lsa kerak, universitetni rivojlanish strategiyasida yoki uni ish rejasiga qandaydir o'zgarishlar kiritildimi? Aynan mana shu raqamlashtirishga tegishli bo'lgan pandemiya bo'lgandan keyin nima o'zgarishlar kiritildi va nima uchun kiritildi? Agar kiritilgan bo'lsa, mana shular haqida ham to'xtalib o'tsangiz juda ham xursand bo'lardim.
Okay. In order to be honest, in the beginning, zero prime, zero was a situation of war. Okay, but at the end, we need to identify our lacks, and in our case, our lack was not in identify the technologies, because at the end we identify several technologies that were useful before the pandemic, but not use it. Okay, not use it usually. We have a lot of tools, we have a lot of platforms, but at the end, the most common processes was presential. But when the pandemic, when appears the COVID-19 situation, okay, we need to change the way to do that. We identify the platforms, we prepare an action plan mainly in order to prepare professors to the new ones situation, not only in the use of the platforms, because mainly I can remember 60% of the professors use one or two tools, but not all the portfolio of our tools to do in online. And we need to prepare people, prepare professors in how to talk, how to communicate, how to interact with people in online, not only do classes, okay, in online with the current format, is only the way that they are not only professors, they are coaches, they are facilitators, okay, indeed, in this new channel that at the end is online. Okay, this is the main point, to prepare people, the professors, in this new situation. Obviously, we need also to match the administrative processes and the formal supportive processes in the university. But the most important thing was how to solve the situation with the academic situation. Okay, this was. Thank you.
Katta rahmat. Chunki bizda ham pandemiya sharoitida o'qituvchi professorlarimiz va talabalarimiz masofadan o'qishga majbur bo'lishdi va aksariyat holatlarda ulardagi ko'nikmalarning yetishmasligi yoki texnik asbob-uskunalarning yetishmasligi ham bu jarayonni juda ham yuqori sifatda amalga oshirish imkoniyatini bermadi. Ko'rib turibmizki, bu faqatgina bizning oliy ta'lim muassasalarimizda emas, balki jahondagi ilg'or bo'lgan universitetlarda ham shu vaziyat bo'lgan ekan. Demak, undan keyingi rejalar ham juda katta emas, ya'ni bir juda ham yaqin ekan. Xursandman. Agar savollar bo'ladigan bo'lsa, bizda marhamat ishtirokchilardan kutib qolamiz. Bemalol mikrofoninglarni yoqib savol berishinglar mumkin. Negadir ishtirokchilarimiz passivlik qilishyapti. Menda savollar juda ko'p, lekin faqat men savol beraversam ham zerikarli bo'lib qolsa kerak.
Assalomu alaykum, Qudratxon aka mumkinmi?
Marhamat. O'zingizni tanishtirib, savol berib olasiz.
Navoiy pedagogika institutidan ilmiy ishlar bo'yicha prorektorman. Mana hozir har bir oliy ta'lim muassasalarida deyarli ochish rejalashtirilgan va ochilyapti IT markazlari, IT park bilan hamkorlikda ochilishi belgilangan. Mana shularni ham demak oliy ta'lim muassasasini raqamlashtirishda yoki talabalarni mana shu raqamli texnologiyalarga jalb qilishda Barselona universitetida qandaydir tajribalar yoki nimalar bormi? Analoglar bormi? Shuni bir so'rayman.
Marhamat, demak tarjima qilib bergan bo'lsalar kerak, savolingizni tushungan bo'lsalar hozir javob beradilar.
Okay. Can you repeat the last part of your question, because I cannot receive clearly the sound, the second part of the question.
Barselona universitetida ham IT markazlar mavjudmi? Bizda Toshkentda ochilgan IT park va uning filiallari bo'yicha analoglar bormi sizlarning universitetda ham?
Yes, the main processes, the main technological processes at University of Barcelona are centralized in our IT center, okay, in the north of the city, okay, is the Rose Pavilion, was an ancient hospital, okay, reconverted in a IT center, okay. During the pandemics, we need to reinforce the hardware and the connectivity. But at the end was a reactive response, my friend. Was a reactive response because we have not idea about the pandemic situation needs to cover, okay, this contingency. We need to change everything, okay. We need to change, for example, the cables and the optical fiber in order to sustain the processes, because was a constantly play on learn, okay. This was one. Secondly, we have different IT centers depending on the units. For example, the biologist campus has their own center. The medical and clinical healthcare with the hospital clinic of Barcelona is a university hospital, has their own, okay. And the supercomputational center has their own. But in order to reflect the day-to-day at the university, the Rose Pavilion was changed. And in this moment, in this moment, Naboy, we have a contingency plan to change 50% of our communication infrastructures because are not adapted to the current situation. We learn day by day what happened. Thank you. It's a mix, centralized and decentralized model, okay?
Ahmad.
Thank you.
Katta rahmat. Demak, savollar bo'ladigan bo'lsa, marhamat yana ishtirokchilarimizdan. Xo'sh, bo'lmasa o'zim yana bir savol beraman. Bu raqamlashtirish, universitetda raqamlashtirish haqida gap boryapti hozir. Agar pandemiya holatidagi vaziyatga tayyor bo'lmasa, raqamlashtirish o'zi nimaga qaratilgan, nima masalalar yechishga qaratilgan va qanchalik o'zini vazifasini bajaryapti, agar Barselona universitetini misolida oladigan bo'lsak.
An example about the use of digital in pandemic. For example, we can use the mobile to identify, okay, with a QR code, okay, the situation to enter to the campus, okay, with a passcode in order to first, with a mobile application to the students, okay, prepare a short list about your health situation, if you are vaccinated or not, if you have a PCR or not, and allow you with the QR code to enter to different parts of the campus. This is one, for example. And was quickly implemented in sensible areas like the university hospital. This is one. A second one, for example, was the use of, I explained before, the use of collaborative platforms like Mural or Miro. I can write in the chat, is mural.com and Miro.com as a collaborative. For me, is highly recommended these two platforms. I wrote the names of both in the chat, okay? Because we need to increase the level of interaction with our pupils in online. It's not the same presential and online, but with this type of tools, we discover the possibility to readapt the interactions. It's very, very interesting. Thank you.
Katta rahmat. Toshkent kimyo texnologiya institutidan demak savol kelibdi. Savol yana pandemiyaga tegishli. Ayni hozirgi kunda pandemiya paytida an'anaviy va masofaviy o'qitishdagi farq qanchalik deb o'ylaysiz? Qaysi biri ko'proq foydali bo'lishi mumkin deb savol beribdilar. Demek chatdan o'qib berdim bu savolni.
Okay, under my point of view, okay, I think pandemic provoke us, okay, the best of us to be creative and to be adaptive to the situation. We win, okay, we win the challenge because I explained before the commitment first of the peoples, and secondly the commitment of the professors, okay, and the typology of tools in order to, in the technical area that I can share with you is the following. An example. When my subject is mainly innovation projects, and I teach innovation projects, for example, in physics and in the chemistry faculty. In online, okay, in online, the process was the following. Use, okay, a virtual platform to place tutorials and videos from the professors in order to create master classes. One. Second, a blend with this type of asynchronous technology to reflect the contents, to have in this blend with presential webinars with the professor. And when this part of transfer of knowledge was done, the third part is to prepare people to understand what means innovation projects. And mainly in innovation projects, we need, as a technical part, we need to practice, and practice. Okay, we need to practice and to interact one each other, professor and pupils and teams. In this part, we add a third layer, okay, a third element that was Miro and Mural in order to discuss projects and use a method, is a learning method that is project-based learning. When we use project-based learning, we place in the classroom real challenges that people need to solve. Okay, we have the contents, we have the contents with videos, we have the contents with webinars with the professor, and later we practice with these project-based learning activities. We place challenges and we discuss with in Zoom sessions and in Miro platform the contents, using the contents in real projects. This is the first part. Secondly, when the teams identify what to do in their project and propose me the projects that they need to develop, I prepare a specific area of Miro in order to, they as a team, prepare the documentation in this space. I am the manager of this space, they are managers of this space, and regularly we have coffee meetings to discuss the contents in this collaborative platform. And the final part is to defend, to communicate, to show, to do the pitch, the elevator pitch of the project in a live session, for example, with Zoom, and we will evaluate the final project with this type of, the interactions with this type of technology. This is an example about our process. If you are interested, I can send you my syllabus about the subject, but this is to prepare a specific roadmap where the technology help us to interact in the best way that we can do in this situation, my friend.
Katta rahmat. Marhamat, yana kimda savollar bo'ladigan bo'lsa, mikrofoninglarni yoqib savol berishinglar mumkin yoki chatdan berishinglar mumkin. Ha, yana bir savol kelibdi. Demak, savolda shunday yozilganki, yana bir savol, bizda kimyo yoki fizika laboratoriyalarida ba'zi bir laboratoriya ishlarini bajarishda talabaning ishtirok etishi zarur bo'ladi. Ya'ni onlayn o'qiydigan talabalar ishtirok etisha olmaydi. Bu masala, ya'ni talaba ishtiroki zarur bo'lgan laboratoriya ishlari sizning universitetlaringizda ham bormi va bu masalaning yechimi sizlarda qanday amalga oshirilmoqda? Demak, tushunishimizcha savolni shunday beryaptilarki, ayrim laboratoriya ishlarida haqiqatdan ham mana professorimiz aytdilar, fizikada, kimyoda qo'li bilan ushlab biron amaliyotni amalga oshirishga to'g'ri keladi, tajriba o'tkazishda, va bu jarayonlarda masofadan turib qanday amalga oshirilyapti degan savolni qo'yibdilar. Juda ham o'rinli savol. Marhamat.
We have not a specific solution to that. It's so difficult to maintain this type of interaction in virtual, but we are trying and sharing this type of elements day by day. We need to identify what we do our best practices and our friction points with this situation. We have not a specific solution to that. It's so difficult. Sorry. It's not easy. Thank you.
Juda ham ochiq javob uchun katta rahmat. Marhamat, yana savollar bo'ladigan bo'lsa.
Yeah.
Demak, endi
at the end is that if I know the solution, I talk about the solution. If not, I try to identify it. If not, I'm so sorry. I'm constantly learning. I am very honest in that.
Katta rahmat. Demak, biz bu muammoni yechimi keyinchalik bu talabalarni yana alohida tajribalarga jalb etish yoki ularni o'zlarini mustaqil ravishda ta'lim olishlarini so'rab qolish bo'lsa kerak deb o'ylayman. Menimcha professorimiz ham o'zlarining fikrlarini bildiradi bu masalada. Yoki boshqa yechim ham bo'lishi mumkinmi? Chunki talaba bitirayotgan davrida u ayrim ko'nikmalarga ega degan diplom oladi. Bu diplomni olish uchun albatta bu ko'nikmalarga ega bo'lish kerak bo'ladi va bu muammo yechilishi kerak. Ya'ni talabani yana ham talabaga qo'shimcha ravishda bilim berishga to'g'ri keladi deb hisoblayman. Agar professorda qo'shimcha bo'ladigan bo'lsa, marhamat, ular bu muammoni qanday yechishi rejalashtirganliklarini o'rtoqlashsalar xursand bo'lardik.
I think that we need to, in order to talk about that, I think it's interesting to don't miss the importance of the curiosity and willingness to learn of all our students. And this is key. And for example, situations that at the end, they need to reinforce their skills in the long life learning are very, very interesting and important. For example, to do additional materials, to bring them additional materials, to prepare specific pills, to create new situations of learning, to identify in an adult career what to do with alumni. We have an alumni club at the University of Barcelona, how to prepare a specific offer of a battery of elements are very, very interesting to them. And I think, okay, as is a nice opportunity to maintain, okay, people, okay, connected with us, okay, not only during the academic process, but also, okay, when they finish their activity at the university with us. This is very interesting. I fully agree with you. It's interesting that. For example, I remember we have different and specific contents like Talent Hub, okay? Talent Hub at the University of Barcelona, okay? Reflect the lacks of the people when they are in the real world, in the academic, post-academic situations, and we reflect new contents, okay, with specific experts, okay, in the academic world and organizational world to talk about new ones. This is one. And the second one I remember is about new fields of learning to these situations is the summer schools. Summer schools is really, really interesting because people have time and enough time to identify what they need, show us that we need, and we quickly in February, March, prepare, okay, the contents of the summer school. It's an interactive way. And using digital is easy to us to identify, exploring data that they need, okay, every year. It's interesting that. Thank you.
Katta rahmat. Demak, qo'shimcha kurslar tashkil qilish, ya'ni yozgi yoki qishki kurslarni tashkil qilish, bo'shliqlarni to'ldirishni aytib o'tdilar professor. Yana kimdadir savol bo'ladigan bo'lsa, marhamat, ishtirokchilarimizdan mikrofoninglarni yoqib bemalol so'rashingiz mumkin bo'ladi. Yana bir juda muhim masala, ya'ni universitetni raqamlashtirishdagi muhim masalalardan biri bu tizimning xavfsizligi. Bu sohada ham agar to'xtalib o'tsangiz, ya'ni har bitta oliy ta'lim muassasasini o'zini raqamli platformasi bo'ladigan bo'lsa, mana shu platforma qanchalik rivojlanganligiga qarab, unda qanchalik qimmatli ma'lumotlar bazalariga bog'langanligiga qarab turib, unga bo'ladigan xavf ham birgalikda ortib boradi. Mana shu xavfni bartaraf etish yoki mana shu xavflardan himoyalashda qanday yondashuvlardan foydalanilgan, ya'ni sizlarning oliy ta'lim muassasalarida, universitetlarda yoki xavflar bo'lgan bo'lsa, buni natijalari qanday bo'lgan? Mana shu tajribalar bilan o'rtoqlashsangiz, menimcha ushbu tadbirda kutilayotgan, ishtirok etayotganlar ham yetarli bir ko'nikma oladi degan umid edik. Marhamat.
Qudrat aka, uzr. Shu savolingizga aloqadorda meni ham savolim.
Marhamat.
Bir javob beradi professor. Mana bu o'sha universitetni raqamlashtirishda Barselona misolida nechta platforma unga ko'mak beradi. Ya'ni texnologik platforma, dasturlar muhim o'rinda-da. Bu yerda bitta platforma buni hammasini ta'minlay olmaydi. Demak, qaysidir chain nuqtai nazardan qandaydir platformalar, unga dastur platformalar ko'makdosh bo'lishi kerak. O'sha platformalar haqida ham qisqagina bir ma'lumot berib o'tsalar. Rahmat.
Katta rahmat. Demak, Zafar aka ham savolga qo'shimcha qildilar. Ya'ni men aytgandek bittagina platforma emas, bir nechta platformalar majmuasi bo'lar ekan, ya'ni bu katta tizim va shular qaysilardan iboratligi haqida ham qisqacha to'xtalib o'tishlarini so'radilar. Marhamat.
I'm so sorry. I'm not the most indicated people to talk about technology because I not belong to the IT section. Okay, I belong to the Academic Institute of Professional Development, and I work with the Vice-Rectorate of Innovation mainly. But I am going to show to you to share with you about one issue that I can talk about that is interesting to me. It's about the continuity. Okay, the continuity is key. Okay, we had problems about security because it's not easy to solve that. I don't know the topology of network. I don't know the topology of the firewalls and so on. I don't know that. But the problem is about the continuity of the service. Was a worry, a great worry of our IT systems to try to assure the continuity. This is the reason that we start to create a contingency plan, as I explained before, about how to match, okay, about the capacity of the machines, about the connectivity, about the optical fiber, okay? And I suppose, okay, indeed that, okay, they think, our technicians think about the security. But at the end, the main focus for us was the continuity of the service, mainly, okay, for our students. That. I'm so sorry, I cannot respond this demand because I have no data to show and information to share with you. It's not my subject. Thank you.
Katta rahmat. Yana ishtirokchilarimizda mavzuga tegishli savol bo'ladigan bo'lsa, marhamat. Chunki holatlar bo'lgan, bir nechta platforma emas, balki veb sahifalarga viruslar tushishi, ularga hakerlarni hujum qilishi, mavjud ba'zilari qismlarini ochiqlashtirish yoki ularni olib keyin ochiqlashtirishga shart qo'yishlar hozirgi kunda ham bo'layotgan tajriba. Shuning uchun mana shu xavfsizlik haqida qiziqqandik. Marhamat, yana agar Zafar aka sizda yana savol bo'ladigan bo'lsa. Xo'sh, savollar yo'q. Boshqa ishtirokchilarimizda demak, ishtirokchilarimizda hozircha savollar shakllangani yo'q. Mana bitta savol kelyapti Telegramdan. What are the effects of digitalization on quality of education? Demak, ta'lim sifatiga raqamlashtirishning qanchalik ta'siri bor? Mana shu haqida to'xtalib o'tsalar. Ya'ni uning samarasi, ya'ni ta'lim sifatining samarasiga raqamlashtirishning ta'siri.
Yeah. My impressions about the quality of the experience. Okay. I can assure that during this last year, okay, with this focus to solve the situation with the student centricity was the focus on student centricity, under my point of view, was a successful formula. Why? Because mainly the student community at the University of Barcelona evaluate the effort of the university in order to maintain and try to sustain the quality of our service. First point. Secondly, the commitment with this type of technologies that I relayed before, try to identify the best practices in order to create this atmosphere to commit people to the academic process. Is a unusual situation, the COVID situation, the COVID-19 pandemic is a unusual situation, and all of us did the best, we do the best in order to solve this situation, okay? Obviously, the quality of the results is not efficient, but is enough, okay, in order to save and maintain the rhythm of the students. This is very, very important. Under my point of view, my experience, my personal experience as professor, in this situation, I reinforce my vinculation, my connections with my pupils, okay? I know better my students now in online than in presence, or 50-50. But at the end, I'm very, very empathic and committed with my students because this situation is not easy for us. Okay, we need to balance the personal, professional, academic life, and it is not easy. Okay, I reinforce my skills, not only as a teacher, I reinforce my skills as a tutor, as a coach, as a friend, as a facilitator, in order to, okay, improve this learning experience in online. It's not the best situation, of course, I agree with you, but it's a nice situation to solve that. I think we did the homeworks. I'm realistic. Thank you.
Katta rahmat. Balki ishtirokchilarda mana shu vaziyatda qanday yo'l tutganliklari, tajribalari bilan o'rtoqlashadigan hamkasblarimiz bordir. Balki ularda qandaydir yaxshiroq yechimlar bo'lgan bo'lsa, yaxshi ilg'or tajriba bo'lgan bo'lsa, o'rtoqlashishlari mumkin. Marhamat. Men hozir ro'yxatda ko'rib turibman, bir qancha nufuzli oliy ta'lim muassasalarini o'qituvchi professorlari bizni tinglab turishibdi. Agar imkon bo'ladigan bo'lsa, o'zingizlarning tajribalar haqida ham qisqacha ma'lumot bersanglar, nur ustiga a'lo nur bo'lardi. Bizda mana oliy ta'limdagi ekspertlarimiz ham ishtirok etishyapti. Po'latxon aka, balki siz mana shu bir katta universitetda namoyandasi sifatida fikr bildirarsiz. Po'latxon akam bank o'qishida. Kimda qanday fikrlar bor? Marhamat, bemalol fikr bildirishinglar mumkin. Birozdan keyin ozgina tanaffusga chiqamiz va keyin yana davom ettiramiz. Hozir marhamat, vaqtimiz bor, savol-javoblarga va o'zaro fikr almashishimiz mumkin bo'ladi. Oxirgi savolga yana murojaat qiladigan bo'lsak, ya'ni raqamlashtirishni mana shu ta'lim sifatiga ta'siri haqida gapirilgandi va bundan albatta ijobiy ta'sir kutilgan holatlar bo'lganmi? Mana shu raqamlashtirish aksincha ijobiy ta'sir emas, balki salbiy ta'sir qilib ta'lim samaradorligini tushishiga sababchi bo'lgan holatlar bo'lganmi?
Can you repeat the last question, please?
Demak, savolni qaytaradigan bo'lsam, raqamlashtirish instrumentlaridan foydalanilganda ta'lim sifatini asosiy maqsad ta'lim sifati oshirishga yo'naltirilgan, lekin aksincha holatlar ham bo'lganmi? Ya'ni mana shu ta'lim sifatiga ijobiy emas, balki aksincha salbiy ta'sir ko'rsatgan holatlar yoki ko'rsatayotgan holatlar bormi hozirgi kunda ham?
Okay. Yes. Under my point of view, okay, independently of the technology, okay, the most important thing is to be quickly responsive to the demands of the pupils. This is very, very important, okay, because at the end, remember what happens at our homes with the pandemic. We are closed, we are nervous, we are not comfortable, we have a lot of problems, and when our students ask us something, they are waiting, okay, a quick response. If we cannot interact quickly with them, we have a problem. My point of view is about the negative situations with the pandemic. Is not only about that, yes, it's about that. It's about the use of technology, it's used about the learning experience of the tools, etc., etc. But the most important negative impact that I identify in the quality of the learning experience is the quick response from the professors to the pupils. It's very, very important, okay? I usually work with WhatsApp, okay, closer with my computer, and my pupils has my telephone number, and they know that they have a great problem to solve. They quickly send me a WhatsApp, send me something in order to respond to that. Mainly in project management and innovation project management. For me, the most important negative element in the learning process is the lack of response, the quick and immediate response from part of our professors to the pupils. The second one is use how do you say in a polite way? The second one for me is the preparation of the professors, that understand that to do online classes is not only to move the contents and materials to online and to teach as usual. They need to reinvent the figure of the professor in online. Okay, it's not only to be a transmitter, a communicator of the contents that mainly they did in presential classes. In virtual, the role changes. And for me, the use of technologies and the use of technologies from part of the professors with this new role is a lack, is a problem that affects the quality of the experience in the learning process. For me, both are very, very important in a negative way if we don't solve that. Thank you.
Katta rahmat. Demak, bir qancha holatlarni sanab o'tdilar. Demak, talabalar bilan o'zaro munosabat, ya'ni raqamli instrumentlar orqali bo'lgan o'zaro bog'lanishda muammolar kelib chiqar ekan. Bizni tajribamizda borki, talabalar darsdan, ya'ni ma'lum bir mavzular o'tib bo'lganidan keyin ularni demak nazorat ishi topshirishadi. Ana o'sha nazorat ishiga qarab turib talabalar qanchalik mana shu mavzuni o'zlashtirganliklari haqida ma'lumot olsak bo'ladi. Ya'ni bizning aksariyat oliy ta'lim muassasalarimizda mana shu tajriba yo'lga qo'yilgan. Sizlar universitetda ham xuddi shunday tajriba bormi? Ya'ni bir qandaydir bo'lim tugagandan keyin mana nazorat ishini olib shu haqida talabalarni qanchalik darajada o'rganganligini bilish.
Okay, the evaluation criteria, excuse me, the evaluation criteria, okay, in online changes, okay, mainly we reinforce in this part of the learning process, the evaluation, the learning by doing. We, as I explained before, we reinforce the figure of project-based learning, how to identify the quality of the deliverables, okay, and the situation is we balance not only with exams, we balance mainly in innovation, mainly with this type of evaluations with syllabus that evaluate not only the contents of the project, we evaluate the ability to communicate the project, we also evaluate the opportunity of the project, we evaluate, etc., 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 different subjects, okay, with metrics in order to develop how they develop the project. This is the main point. In order to identify not only the consistency of the project and also the applicability of the project. Mainly using project-based learning, we in my area identify the best ones, not only with a pass or not pass an exam, okay, an examination, the situation of the capacity to understand or learn the contents of my subjects. Is that? It's not only exams. And it's easier in online to evaluate projects, okay, in the way I did before. It's not only that.
Katta rahmat. Marhamat, savollar bo'ladigan bo'lsa, demak bizda chatda hozircha savollar yo'q. Ishtirokchilarimiz hali ham menimcha barcha bergan ma'lumotlaringiz ularga tushunarlik. Demak, bo'lmas. Hozircha hammasi rejadagidek.
Thank you.
Ha. Biz demak ekspertimizga tashakkur bildiramiz va bugungi tadbirimizni birinchi qismini yakunlab tanaffus e'lon qilamiz. Rejadagidan ko'ra tanaffusimiz sal uzunroq bo'ladigan bo'lib turibdi. Demak, agar hozir savollar bo'lmaydigan bo'lsa, biz o'z ishimizni yana soat 12 da boshlaymiz. Shuning uchun ushbu link bilan 10:00 12 da barchani yana qaytib kirishlarini so'raymiz va professorimizga alohida rahmat aytamiz mana shu taqdimotlari bilan ishtirok etganlari uchun. Demak, davomini soat 12 da davom ettiramiz bugungi yig'ilishimizni. E'tiboringlar uchun katta rahmat.
Thank you so much. I'm really happy and glad to respond under my point of view and under my ability to identify the best and wrong situations, your questions. Okay, so sorry if I cannot respond some questions that you bring me, but I have not the ability to respond in my subjects. Thank you so much, and see you in 1 hour. Thank you.
Katta rahmat. Lekin Twitter yana imkoniyatlari bor. Hali platformalar haqida ma'lumot berish uchun bizda bugun va ertaga hali yana o'zaro suhbatimiz bor. Shuning uchun balki imkoniyat bo'ladigan bo'lsa, ulardan o'sha savollarga javoblarni yana kutib qolamiz.
Thank you.
Demak, soat 10:12 roppa soatdan keyin yig'ilsak, 12da boshlash imkoniyatimiz bo'ladi. E'tiboringiz uchun rahmat.
See you in an hour.